There was a time when dreams wore bell-bottoms, love bloomed in every field, and music felt like it could heal the world. Welcome to the 1960s, an era of wonder, rebellion, and radiant hope. In a world filled with noise, a generation chose flowers instead of fists. They believed peace wasn't just a dream, it was a choice, planted with kindness and watered by courage. They gathered in the mud and the rain, not for fame or fortune, but to sing, to feel, and to simply be free. For 3 days, the world remembered what unity sounded like. It wasn't just the festivals. The artists were the soul of the era. From Elvis's smooth croon to the Beatles' groundbreaking sound, their music became the voice of a generation. didn't just listen, they danced barefoot in their bedrooms, spinning records and singing every word. In 1969, humanity touched the stars. With courage and curiosity, we stepped onto the moon, not to conquer, but to prove that even the impossible begins with a single daring dream.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
They painted with colors that hadn't yet been named. They saw the world not as it was, but as it could be, vibrant, limitless, and full of soul. From miniskirts to paisley prints, style became a language, one that spoke of individuality, freedom, and the joy of simply being different. Voices of hope, leaders who dared to dream of a better, fairer world. John F. Kennedy inspired a generation to ask what they could do for their country. Martin Luther King Jr. moved hearts with his dream of equality and peace. Their words echoed through streets, through television screens, through time itself. But hope at times came at a cost. The world watched in grief as that hope was shaken by tragedy. And yet, it endured because their legacy lived on, not just in speeches, but in the hearts of those who believed and still believe in change. They hit the open road with no destination, just the hum of the engine, the wind in their hair, and a dream in their hearts. The journey was the destination, and every mile was a memory. In painted vans filled with music and meaning, they drove toward freedom, stopping only to dance, to love, or to watch the sky unfold. When the world felt heavy, many returned to the trees, the rivers, the songs of the wind, and found themselves again in the stillness of nature. The silver screen shimmered with wonder. From timeless elegance to fearless rebellion, 1960s stars lit up imaginations, reminding us that stories shape the world.
Told him, my boy, that it was worth the pain, and he was reaching higher than anyone. If you want somebody to love, remember that you will receive as much as you give when the world is letting you
In 1966, a nation's dream came true. England lifted the World Cup, their hearts swelling with pride as they conquered the world of football for the first time.
So we're reaching for the sun.
4 years earlier, in 1962, Brazil's own Pelé led his team to victory, reminding the world that hope and triumph know no borders. These moments were more than just games. They were symbols of hope, pride, and unity for nations dreaming big. Young hearts opened like wildflowers in bloom. They questioned, they created, they loved without fear, and in doing so, they changed the world. The 1960s weren't perfect, but they were brave. They imagined better days, and many of those dreams still echo in us today. So wear your flowers, play your song, and keep dreaming. The spirit of the 60s lives on in every heart that chooses love.
Porque, mi amor, why did you close your heart for me? Where is the hope? Where is the touch? Where is the tender love? You are my light, you're shining so bright. Here we are in the world all alone. Porque, mi amor, why did you throw our love away? Where is the hope? Where is the touch? Where is the tender love? You are my light, you're shining so bright. Here we are in the world all alone. It's getting late, but I will wait. I will always wait for you.